Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Hopefully you found your way to my channel after watching my latest post on TikTok where I said that I would be reviewing the Rimowa Cabin S, which I have here. Okay, so I'll start off by saying I appreciate that this is an extremely expensive piece of luggage, especially if you're going to be lugging it around an airport or throwing it in an overhead storage bin on an aircraft. I do have a reasoning for this, how I justified it to myself, and if my justifications can help you justify a purchase, and I'll go through the costs in different currencies later on, then all the better. For me personally, my soon-to-be wife works in the airline industry, and I am due to relocate back to the UK. I currently live in Doha, Qatar, and I've lived here for 2.5 years, which will see me taking numerous flights to visit her when she's working in Europe or in London or Edinburgh, where I only require limited items to see me through a 24, maybe a 48-hour period max. But for sure, I think that I can fit at least 3 to 4 days worth of clothes in this if I'm just taking one pair of shoes, but I'll cover that later. For me, the reason why I purchased this was mainly because of the Rimowa lifetime warranty, which covers all things like the wheels, the handles, the locks, the internal zips, the internal functions of the luggage itself. And for me, if I considered buying a cheap carry-on, and if that were to break and it didn't have this sort of lifetime warranty, for me, it's kind of a lost cause. So I'd rather pay the money now, and hopefully I've got a piece of luggage which will last me a lifetime. And the Rimowa brand has been in business since the 1800s, so it's well established. They know what they're doing, and the overall experience from purchasing it has actually been quite pleasant, and I think that ties into the brand itself quite nicely. So I'll go through the costing now. Bear in mind I bought this in Qatar, so there's no tax here. So I paid in pounds, £1,030, which is 1,211 euros, 5,020 Qatari riyals, or 77,351 Philippine peso. I can't forget the dollar, 1,379 US dollars. It is quite eye-watering, but if you consider you'll only have to buy this once, and if you look after it and take care of it, I think it's a good investment and it's worth the money. So the item itself is presented in a really nice high quality dust bag with a beautiful sort of cotton toggle on the top, which protects your luggage. You open it when you buy it, and then this is how it looks. So this is the Cabin S, okay? And the reason I got the Cabin S, not the Cabin, is it is 3 centimeters shorter in width than the Cabin. Okay, so this is 20 centimeters opposed to 23 centimeters. And again, my reason for that was low cost budget airlines in the UK, such as EasyJet, Ryanair. I believe it was Ryanair, which I looked at. Their width restrictions is actually 20 centimeters. So I erred on the side of caution and went for this. And in the grand scheme of things, 3 centimeters. Yeah, I know 3 centimeters is it could make quite a difference to some. However, for me, it is more than enough. It's beautifully presented in this lovely aluminium finish. Okay, and everything about this screams quality. From the handles, they're beautifully sprung, and they have stoppers on the back side of them to stop any sort of unwanted damage from the handle slamming down. As per one of Rimowa's USPs, the wheels, it's like butter. It's extremely smooth and very fluid. And this is on carpet at the moment, but I've rolled this on tiles which are behind me and around the shop as well, and it was a very nice experience. The handle itself, extremely smooth, and when it clicks into place, it's very firm and nice on the hand. And to close it, you simply just close it down. The main body is fitted with the TSA locks, which again are very robust and very sort of user-friendly. Just one small button on the bottom, press it, and it opens up like so. So on the inside then, when you're met at Rimowa and you purchase this, you're given a sort of a welcome pack. And actually something which I didn't know is the Rimowa symbol itself, the square is supposed to represent the luggage, and the M represents the two towers on Cologne Cathedral in Germany, which is where this brand hails from, which is quite nice. And it's somewhere I've actually travelled to. Sadly, I didn't have the Rimowa with me. On the inside of the pack itself, you'll receive a sticker. You know, it's a sticker. A instruction manual. And you're given a leather tag. Okay, so on the leather tag, you're given the option to emboss your name or your initials onto it. So I've gone for my initials, and it's genuine leather, and it comes with a I don't know what you'd call that, a strap as well, sorry, to attach it onto the top. Personally, I don't think I'd use this. It just flaps around, and you know, it is what it is. It's just a tag. It's kind of gimmicky, but it's quite nice at the same time. And it is very classy. One thing I failed to mention is when you buy the Rimowa, there's an NFT tag, if that's the correct, or RFID, or I'm sorry, I'm not very good with the terminology. A registration chip, let's call it that, in the back here somewhere. And to register your luggage on Rimowa, you simply just hold your iPhone or your Android or whatever phone you've got to the rear of it, and it'll automatically take you to the Rimowa website. And from there, you can proceed with the registration of your luggage, which then validates your lifetime warranty. Now, for something which is, and I'll use British pounds here, okay, because it's the currency which I'm most relevant in, and that's what I've used my whole life, clearly. For £1,000, is this worth it? I will say yes. Okay, and my reason for it is the quality is so good. Is this £1,000 worth of materials and items? Absolutely not. You know, I'm under no illusion whatsoever that this did not cost that price to manufacture. However, the lifetime warranty is worth £1,000, and I won't bang on about that anymore. But I think that's a massive selling point if you're considering buying something. You know, how many items can you say offer a lifetime warranty? I suggest not many. And you know, the quality of it is very, very high end, as you'd expect. It's not Samsonite or, you know, US Traveller or, you know, other sort of brands. It is very, very, very well made and very well put together. Okay, so we open it up. I hope you can see. Okay, and you've got two very, very nice luggage flaps, okay? And what this does is obviously compresses down your luggage on the inside, but they also have two pockets on either side as well, which is a nice touch. And I'll use this for documents, or you know, you can use it for whatever you want to put in there. And again, that folds down. The space itself is adequate, I'd say, for a 2 to 3 day trip. As I look at it, on my left, your right, you've obviously got the ribs where the handle protrudes on the inside. Okay, and you know, you can afford to put some shoes or some socks in here. On the other side is completely open, okay, and you can fold up quite a lot of clothes in there. I'm absolutely certain of that. I haven't packed it yet, and I'm yet to. However, I will do in the next few days. The quality on the inside is good. It's well put together. There's no sort of fraying threads or anything that's out of place. And I suggest it's very well made. And I believe that these are hand assembled in the factory in Germany. And if I'm wrong, please let me know. And again, you can get a good gauge of how much you can fit in here. So this is now flat, and again I've still got a good 2 inches on this side and 2 inches on the other side, and as we know, every inch counts. The locks themselves, they're very, very smooth, and it's a simple press to click. To release, you just press the small button on the inside. As you'd expect with a Rimowa, the wheels, as I've mentioned, they're buttery smooth. It's a real pleasure to push this around. And again, this is based on my experience of just pushing it around my apartment here in Qatar. I haven't taken it on any sort of trips yet, but I will. That's the Rimowa. I suppose for me, I struggled with the idea of buying this for a good few weeks. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Mainly because of the price. It would be worth searching online first to see if there's a authorized Rimowa dealership near where you live. Most major cities have them, to see if it's nearby, and then if you were to have such a problem, like the handle was to break or the wheel was to come off, again, you could just take it there and they do it there and then, which is very nice. I am led to believe that you can customize these. I didn't go for it because I quite like the classic silver colorway, but you can customize the handles and the wheels to various colors, whatever you want. Okay, so that is it. Is it worth it? Yes. Is it an eye-watering amount of money? Absolutely. But if you tally up how many pieces of hand luggage you've bought over the years and how many have broken and you just put in the trash, would it be worth to buy something which will last you a lifetime? I'd say yes. And this is going to look very elegant when I push it to row 44 Echo, just in front of the toilets at the back of economy on most of my flights. Okay. That's my review of the Rimowa Cabin S. This came in at, like I said, £1,030. I believe the Rimowa Cabin is £1,090. So there's a slight difference in price there. And for that, you're gaining 3 centimeters. Is it worth it for the sake of 3 centimeters in width? It's up to you, if that's for you. But for me, flying from the UK on budget airlines where they're going to try and cut every single corner and charge you any way they can, for me it was better to err on the side of caution, travel in one pair of shoes if needs be, and then pack the rest with clothes. Okay, thank you for watching, and if anybody has got any comments, please feel free to put them down below. I've obviously just started my YouTube channel and TikTok, and I'm documenting my move from Doha back to the UK, travelling from the UK to see my soon-to-be wife, and then my inevitable move to the Philippines in 2027. So I'll have a lot of travel videos coming up. Any sort of hints and suggestions how I could make this better, please let me know. I am worried that I haven't got a microphone on. That is next on my list of things to purchase. But yeah, okay, thank you so much. Speak to you next time. Goodbye.